Right. So today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of craft brewing
Okay.
in Tracy, California. And to guide us,
Sounds good.
we're going to use Bay Boys Brewing as a model for success.
Nice.
We've got a whole bunch of sources laid out here, their website, online articles, even some YouTube videos.
Awesome.
And we really want to kind of break down their success
Right.
and use it as a blueprint for anyone out there thinking about starting their own brewery in Tracy.
It's a case study, right?
Exactly, yeah. A real-world example.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that just jumps out at us from all this research is the importance of location.
Right.
In fact, our sources point to this really interesting example of Morgan Territory Brewery, which actually moved from Antioch to Tracy.
Interesting.
And, you know, it makes you think, what was it about Tracy?
Right. What was so special?
You threw them in.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating about it is it wasn't just about finding any space. It was about this strategic expansion, right?
Right.
They needed room to grow.
Yep.
They needed to streamline their production. And it seems like Tracy gave them that opportunity.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So aspiring brewers out there, listen up. Location isn't just about, you know, snagging a cool building.
Right.
It's about thinking long term.
Yeah.
Can your spot accommodate growth? Does it align with your brewing and your distribution plans?
Exactly. You got to think ahead.
Right.
And speaking of location,
Yeah.
Bay Boys Brewing, for reference, is located at 1005 East Pescadero Avenue, Suite 111 in Tracy.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I wonder what factors influence their choice of location there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, you can have a great location, but you need to draw people in.
Absolutely.
Right. So how do you attract customers?
Right.
Bay Boys seems to have mastered this
Yeah, they do.
by creating a space that goes beyond just serving beer.
It's true. It's more than just a brewery.
Right.
They've created like this community hub.
Yes.
They've got live music, sports viewing parties, game nights. They even partner with local food trucks.
Wow.
It's like they've created this vibrant atmosphere
That's so smart.
that really draws people in and keeps them coming back.
They really have thought of everything, haven't they?
It seems like it.
I mean, they've got free air hockey, pool for $1, free beer pong, tons of board games,
Wow.
live music, big screens for sports. I mean, it's an entertainment wonderland.
It's like a one-stop shop for fun.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's more than just having fun stuff, right? There's a strategy behind it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
By diversifying their offerings, they attract a wider range of customers,
Right.
not just the typical beer enthusiast. It becomes a place for families,
Yeah.
for friends, for dates, for anyone looking for a good time.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that ties into their whole brand image, right?
Yeah.
Of being welcoming and inclusive.
Exactly.
It's like they're saying, come on in, everyone's family here.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. That sense of community is invaluable.
It is.
It fosters loyalty and encourages repeat business.
Absolutely.
People feel connected to Bay Boys, not just as a business, but as a place where they belong.
Right, like they're a part of something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we've got a great location, a thriving community vibe. But how do you actually get the word out to potential customers?
Right. Got to get the message out there.
Our sources show Bay Boys leverages local advertising
Okay.
in a really clever way.
How so?
Well, they've structured these advertising packages, starter, standard, and premium,
Uh-huh.
to cater to different needs and budgets.
Smart.
Even their most basic package gets you on those strategically placed TVs throughout the bar,
Oh, I see.
ensuring maximum visibility.
That's clever.
So for just $100 a month, local businesses can get their message in front of a captive audience
Wow.
of beer lovers
Yeah.
and community members.
That's a great deal.
That's pretty smart, right?
It is, and it highlights something really important for aspiring brewers.
Okay.
Don't just think about attracting customers to your brewery.
Right.
Think about how you can help other local businesses thrive too.
Interesting.
It builds goodwill and strengthens those community ties we talked about.
Right. It's a win-win situation.
Exactly.
Now, of course, the heart of any brewery is the beer itself.
Of course, that's what it's all about.
Bay Boys seems to have a winning strategy with their ever-changing tap list,
Yeah, they always have something new.
featuring a variety of IPAs, stouts, and even seltzers.
Keeping it fresh.
What I find fascinating about their tap list
Yeah.
is this balance they strike
Right?
between familiarity and novelty.
Interesting.
They've got some flagship beers like the Be Hoppy IPA and Easy Street Session IPA
Oh, that sounds good.
that are always available.
Nice.
So you can always get your go-to. But they also have rotating selections and seasonal brews.
Oh, cool.
which keeps things interesting
Yeah.
for the regulars
Right.
and gives people a reason to come back
Keeps people on their toes.
and try something new.
Exactly.
So smart, right?
It is. It's a great way to keep people engaged.
Now, speaking of IPAs,
Yeah.
what exactly is a session IPA?
Ah, good question.
And what makes a hazy IPA hazy?
Yeah, I've always wondered that.
For those of us who aren't like beer connoisseurs,
Right.
can you break that down for us?
Sure. So a session IPA is basically a lower alcohol IPA
Okay.
designed for, well, longer sessions of enjoying beer
I see.
without getting too tipsy.
It makes sense.
So think of it as a more approachable everyday IPA.
Got it.
And then hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
Those are known for their, well, hazy appearance, obviously,
Right.
and a juicy, fruit-forward flavor profile.
Interesting.
They're brewed with specific techniques and yeast strains
Okay.
that result in that characteristic cloudiness
Right.
and a softer mouthfeel.
So it's not just about the look.
Nope.
It's about the taste and the feel of the beer, too.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
It is, and it shows that Bay Boys is really catering to a wide range of palates and preferences.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just brewing one style of beer.
Right.
They're creating a diverse portfolio that appeals to a broader audience.
Now, that's a great segue into our next point.
Okay.
Creating a diverse and appealing tap list is one thing.
Yeah.
But how do you ensure those beers are consistently high quality?
Right. Quality control is key.
I'd love to hear about any specific techniques or equipment
Yeah.
Bay Boys uses that contribute to their brewing success.
Well, unfortunately, our sources don't get into a ton of detail about their brewing process.
Okay.
However, there are a few clues we can pick up on.
Okay. No, others.
For example, they mention using a state-of-the-art brewing system,
Okay.
which suggests they've invested in some high-quality equipment
Right.
that allows for greater precision and control over the brewing process.
I see.
They also highlight their commitment to using the finest ingredients, which indicates they're not cutting corners when it comes to sourcing their raw materials.
So they're laying the foundation for quality
Yeah,
by investing in the best equipment and ingredients.
exactly.
Makes sense.
But it's not just about the hardware and the raw materials, right?
Right.
It's about the people behind the process.
Of course, the human element.
Exactly. You're absolutely right.
Now, our sources don't dive into the specifics of their brewing team,
Okay.
but we can kind of infer
Yeah.
that they have skilled and experienced brewers who are passionate about their craft.
Right.
Their website mentions a head brewer with years of experience,
Yeah.
which suggests they have a knowledgeable leader
Yeah.
guiding the brewing process.
So it seems like Bay Boys has this winning combination.
Yeah.
A great location, a strong community focus, a diverse and ever-changing tap list, high-quality ingredients and equipment, and a skilled brewing team.
They've really got it all figured out.
They do. They do.
It's impressive.
It's a great blueprint for success
It is.
that aspiring brewers can learn from.
And adapt to their own vision and goals.
And that's what's so exciting about it, right?
Yeah.
It's a model, but you can still make it your own.
Absolutely. You can put your own spin on it.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's time we delve a little deeper
Okay.
into the specific strategies
Yeah.
Bay Boys employs to build their community and create that buzz around their brand.
Sounds good.
We've got some great examples from their website and social media
Okay.
that I think will be incredibly insightful
All right.
for our aspiring brewers out there.
I'm ready.
But first, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be right back with more deep dive insights.
Sounds good. Okay, so we're back.
All right, let's pick up where we left off and
Yeah.
take a closer look
Okay.
at how Bay Boys Brewing builds such a strong community.
It really is impressive
It is.
how they've cultivated that sense of loyalty
Yeah.
and belonging.
They've gone beyond just hosting events, right?
Right.
It's like they've created a culture,
Yeah.
this sense of belonging that makes people want to be
Totally.
part of the Bay Boys family.
It's like they've tapped into something really special.
Yeah.
Aspiring brewers should really pay attention to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not just about,
Mm,
having a cool space,
Right.
serving good beer.
right.
It's about creating an environment where people feel connected,
Mhm.
valued,
Yeah.
and like they belong.
Okay, so how do they actually do that?
Right. How do they make it happen?
What are some of the tangible strategies
Yeah.
they use to foster those connections?
Well, for starters, they've got a really active social media presence.
Okay.
They don't just use it for, advertising and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They actually use it to interact with their customers,
Oh, interesting.
share behind-the-scenes glimpses of the brewing process,
Okay.
highlight the people
Mhm.
who make Bay Boys special.
So it's like they're inviting people into their world,
Exactly.
making them feel like They're a part of the journey.
Part of the story.
Yeah.
And they're really smart about promoting their events.
Okay.
They use eye-catching graphics.
Mm-hmm.
They create engaging content.
Yeah.
They even run contests and giveaways to generate excitement.
So they're not just, throwing events.
No.
They're actively promoting them and creating a buzz around them.
Exactly. They're building anticipation.
I like it.
And they're really strategic about the types of events they host.
Okay.
They've got something for everyone.
Yeah.
Live music, trivia nights, par meets, yoga classes.
Wow. It's like they've got their finger on the pulse of the community.
Right.
And created events that cater to those interests.
Exactly. They know their audience. And they don't just host events on their own.
Oh, okay.
They partner with other local businesses and organizations.
Oh, that's smart.
So, for example, they've hosted events in collaboration with local food banks and animal shelters.
That's great.
Which not only brings in a different crowd, but also shows their commitment to giving back to the community.
It reinforces that image
of
them being a community-minded business.
Exactly.
And strengthens their ties to the local area.
And it's not just about those grand gestures.
Right.
It's about the small, everyday interactions that make people feel valued. Their staff is known for being incredibly friendly and welcoming.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And they often go above and beyond to make customers feel special.
It's those little things, right, that can make a big difference.
Totally.
In creating that positive customer experience.
It's all about those personal touches.
Yeah, they've really figured out how to create a sense of community that extends beyond the walls of their brewery.
It's true. They've built a real community.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really hard to replicate.
It is.
It's not just about following a formula, It's about genuine connection and a genuine desire to create a positive impact on the community.
So well said.
All right, so we've talked a lot about community building.
Yeah, it's a key part of their success.
It is.
But let's not forget about the beer itself.
Right, we can't get too carried away with the side stuff.
We did touch upon their ever-changing tap list earlier. But I'd love to delve a little deeper into their beer selection and pricing strategies.
It's a good point. A diverse tap list is essential. But you also need to think about pricing.
Of course, you got to make a profit.
Exactly.
So looking at their menu, it seems like they've got a good mix of classic styles like IPAs, stouts, lagers, but they also have some more experimental brews like sours.
Oh, interesting.
And barrel-aged beers.
So they're appealing to a wide range of tastes.
Yeah, they're not afraid to experiment a little.
I like that.
And it's not just about the style of beer.
Right.
It's about offering different sizes and price points.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They've got pints, flights, growlers, and even crowlers.
Wow, so many options.
It gives customers flexibility and allows them to, try a variety of beers without breaking the bank.
It's smart.
Yeah, it caters to different budgets and drinking preferences.
Totally.
And their pricing seems to be in line with other craft breweries in the area.
Okay.
They're not trying to be the cheapest option.
Right.
But they're also not pricing themselves out of the market.
Right. It's about finding that sweet spot where you're offering high-quality beer at a price that customers are willing to pay.
Exactly.
And, pricing isn't just about covering your costs.
Right.
It's also about perceived value.
Oh, that's interesting.
If you price your beer too low, customers might think it's not good quality.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you get what you pay for. It's about finding that balance between affordability and exclusivity.
That's a good way to put it.
And Bay Boys seems to have found that balance.
They do.
Their beers are well regarded and their prices are competitive.
So they've hit that sweet spot.
They have.
Now, what about their marketing and advertising?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
We talked about those local advertising packages earlier. Are there any other strategies that stand out to you?
Well, they're very active on social media.
Oh, yeah. We touched on that.
As we discussed earlier. And they use it not just for promotion, but also for engagement and community building.
They're really good at that.
They are.
And they have a great website, too.
Okay.
It's well-designed, easy to navigate, and it gives you all the info you need about their beers, their events, their story.
So they're covering all the bases.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Online presence, social media engagement, local advertising, community partnerships.
They've got a really comprehensive approach.
They do. They do.
And it highlights the importance of having a multifaceted marketing strategy.
Right. You can't just rely on one channel.
Exactly.
You need to reach your customers wherever they are.
And speaking of reaching customers,
Yes.
what about their customer service?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
We talked about their friendly staff earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other aspects of their customer service that you think contribute to their success?
Well, based on the reviews and testimonials we've seen,
Okay.
they seem to be doing a lot of things right.
Like what?
They're responsive to customer feedback.
Okay.
They go above and beyond to resolve issues,
Mm-hmm.
and they make customers feel valued and appreciated.
It sounds like they've created a culture
It does.
of customer centricity.
It does. It really does.
Which is so important for building loyalty and repeat business.
Okay, I want to shift gears for a moment and talk about something that's becoming increasingly important in the brewing industry.
Yeah.
Sustainability.
Oh, that's a good one.
Are there any indications that Bay Boys is taking steps to be more environmentally friendly?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Our sources don't explicitly mention their sustainability practices,
Okay.
but there are a few clues
Got it.
that suggest they're at least thinking about it.
All right. I'm intrigued.
For example, they mention partnering with local farmers
Okay.
for some of their ingredients, which, reduces transportation costs and emissions. They also emphasize their commitment to using high-quality ingredients, which often go hand in hand with sustainable farming practices.
So they might not be, shouting about their sustainability efforts from the rooftops.
Right.
But they seem to be making conscious choices
Exactly.
that align with those values.
They're walking the walk, even if they're not talking the talk. And for aspiring brewers, that's a great takeaway.
Yeah.
Sustainability doesn't have to be this big, overwhelming thing.
Right.
It can start with small, thoughtful choices that gradually reduce your environmental impact.
I like that it's about progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Location, community building, beer selection, pricing, marketing, customer service, even sustainability.
We've hit all the major points.
But there's one more crucial element we need to address.
What's that?
The financials.
Ah, yes, the numbers.
Right.
The less glamorous, but equally important aspect of running a successful brewery.
We can glean all these amazing insights from Bay Boys.
Right.
But ultimately, a brewery needs to be financially viable.
Of course, you got to make money.
To survive, right?
Exactly. You can't run on passion alone.
So true, so true.
Now, unfortunately, our sources don't give us any detailed financial information about Bay Boys Brewing.
Okay.
But we can make some educated guesses based on their size, their location, their offerings, and their apparent success.
Okay, so what kind of financial considerations should aspiring brewers be thinking about?
Well, first and foremost, they need to have a solid understanding of their startup costs.
Okay.
This includes everything from equipment and rent to licenses and permits to marketing and initial inventory.
It's like creating a budget.
Exactly.
For your brewery dream.
Yeah, you got to know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And they need to develop a realistic revenue model.
Okay.
How much beer do they need to sell to cover their costs and make a profit?
And how are they going to price their beer?
Right. What are their pricing strategies?
And where are they going to sell it?
Yeah. What are their sales channels?
So many things to think about.
It's a lot, but it's all important.
It is. It is.
And they need to be mindful of their ongoing operating expenses.
Of course.
Things like rent, utilities, ingredients, staff salaries, marketing, maintenance.
Right. It's like the heartbeat of the business.
It's massive.
Those constant costs that need to be covered.
You got to keep the lights on.
You keep things running smoothly.
Exactly. And you got to have a system for tracking your finances and making informed decisions.
So it's not just about brewing great beer. It's about being financially savvy and running a sustainable business.
Absolutely. The two go hand in hand.
Now, we don't have specifics on Bay Boys' financial situation.
Right. That's not public knowledge.
But their apparent success suggests that they've figured out
it seems like it.
The financial side of things.
That must be doing something right.
Right.
It's reassuring for aspiring brewers, though, to see that it's possible to build a thriving brewery in Tracy if you have a smart business plan. a great product,
Mm-hmm.
and a strong connection to the community.
It's a winning formula.
It is.
Before we move on to our final insights,
Okay.
I want to circle back to something we mentioned earlier.
Sounds good.
The importance of a skilled and passionate brewing team.
The heart and soul of the operation.
Right. We can't forget about the people behind the beer.
Absolutely. They're the ones making it all happen.
Exactly.
Now, we don't have insights into Bay Boy's internal culture or their hiring practices.
Right.
But their overall success suggests that they've assembled a talented and dedicated team.
Right. They must have a good system in place.
It seems like it.
So, aspiring brewers, remember, your team is your greatest asset.
It's true.
Invest in your employees.
Yeah.
Create a positive and supportive work environment.
Absolutely.
And empower them to be a part of your brewery's success.
Make them feel like they're part of something special.
Yeah, it's a team effort. It's a great observation.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that building a successful brewery is about more than just the tangible aspects.
Right. It's about the people.
Yeah.
The passion, the shared vision that drives everything.
Beautifully said.
All right, I think it's time we move on to our final insights.
That's good.
Where we'll explore some additional strategies that aspiring brewers can use to really set themselves up for success in Tracy's vibrant craft beer scene.
I'm excited.
Me too. Let's do it. All right, so we're in the final stretch now.
Yeah, we're wrapping up our deep dive
into Bay Boys Brewing.
And what aspiring brewers can learn.
Right, we've covered a lot.
From location and community building to brewing and marketing.
So much good stuff.
It is, it is.
But let's zoom in on a few more nuggets of wisdom.
Okay, I like nuggets of wisdom.
That can help you stand out.
Yeah.
In the Tracy craft beer scene.
Give me those golden nuggets.
Okay, so one thing that really stands out about Bay Boys is their commitment to creating a memorable experience.
Right. It's not just about the beer itself.
Exactly.
The whole package.
It's the atmosphere, the service, the little details.
They've got that free air hockey,
right?
The dollar pool, the board games, the live music.
It all creates that fun and welcoming vibe.
It does, it does.
But it goes beyond just the entertainment.
Okay.
It's about creating a sense of place, a sense of identity. Bay Boys has done a great job of incorporating local elements into their decor and branding.
Right, so it feels authentic.
Exactly, and it reinforces their connection to the Tracy community.
So aspiring brewers, listen up.
Take note.
Think about how you can create a unique and memorable experience.
Yes, their customers.
What's your brewery story?
Right, what makes you special?
How can you reflect that story in your space, your branding, your events?
Make it personal, make it meaningful.
Absolutely.
Another thing Bay Boys does really well is they're constantly evolving.
Right, they're not standing still.
Exactly, they're not afraid to experiment with new beers, new events, new marketing strategies.
That growth mindset.
It's so important.
Stagnation is the enemy.
It is. You got to keep moving forward.
So, aspiring brewers out there.
Don't be afraid to take risks.
Yeah.
Try new things. Step outside your comfort zone.
The craft beer world is constantly evolving.
It is, and you got to evolve with it.
Okay, now let's talk about something that's often overlooked.
Okay.
But is crucial for long-term success.
What's that?
Building a strong team.
Ah, yes, the people.
The people behind the beer.
Can't forget about them.
We can't.
They're the ones making it all happen.
Exactly.
No, we don't have the inside scoop on Bay Boys' hiring practices or company culture.
Okay.
But their success suggests they've assembled a talented and dedicated team.
So aspiring brewers, remember?
Your team is your greatest asset.
Treat them well.
Invest in them.
Yeah.
Create a positive and supportive work environment.
Absolutely.
Empower them to be a part of your brewery's success.
Okay. Before we wrap things up, I want to touch on one final point.
Okay.
Passion. The secret ingredient.
You can't bottle it.
You can't measure it.
It's the magic touch.
Everything we've discussed today, the community building, the innovation, the attention to detail.
All of it.
It all stems from a genuine passion.
For craft beer.
And that passion is contagious.
It is.
It shines through in everything you do.
From the beers you brew to the way you interact with your customers.
So aspiring brewers out there.
If you're not passionate about craft beer, if you're not excited to share your creations, it's going to show.
That's some great advice.
Brew with passion.
Yeah.
Serve with passion.
Yeah.
And your enthusiasm will be rewarded. And remember, you can connect with Bay Boys Brewing directly at 29-879-9431.
Right.
Or email them at info@bayboysbrewing.bar. to learn more about their journey.
And I'm sure a quick online search will reveal even more about this thriving Tracy Brewery.
So there you have it, folks.
We've unpacked Bay Boys Brewing's success story,
extracted key insights,
and actionable advice
for aspiring brewers like you.
From securing the perfect location
to building a loyal customer base,
we've explored the essential ingredients
of brewing success
in Tracy, California.
Remember, this is just the beginning
of your brewing journey.
Take these insights, add your own unique flair.
Don't be afraid to experiment and innovate.
Who knows, maybe one day.
We'll be deep diving into your brewery's success story.
Until then,
cheers to your brewing dreams.